All right, it's time for Battles One, presented by the United States Marine Corps. And Buck, we've got it. We've made it. We have Thursday night football coming up here in just a couple days here. We've got the Bills and their high-flying offense and their new additions on defense going to take on the Rams, the defending Super Bowl champs. So instead of just previewing the game, I like this offense, that defense, this position group, I thought we could have a little draft here because there are so many talented players littered on these two rosters. So I thought let's just kind of go back and forth. We'll do 10 picks. So basically, this is us saying these are the top 10 players in this game, and we can kind of just go alternate. I'm gonna give you the first pick. I already know who. I'm gonna write it down. I already know who you're picking. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, I don't know if you know because I'm gonna take the quarterback. You always got to start with the quarterback. I'm gonna take Josh Allen. I didn't know. Like maybe you thought I would take Aaron Donald because I love defense, but no. Josh Allen right now has an opportunity to really send his status through the stratosphere in terms of people recognizing how talented he is. When you look at Josh Allen and what he's been able to do early in the league, this is a dominant playmaker at the position. He's even better than I ever could have predicted he would be coming out of Wyoming. Big, fast, and physical, has really been a great playmaker with his legs and displaying his arm. But I think the thing that's been most impressive, the way that he has developed into a very consistent playmaker from the pocket, he's the real deal. He is now what everybody wants in the quarterback position, someone who can make plays in a variety of ways and knows how to get it done week after week.
So the best way I can describe Josh Allen is everybody our age, Buck, we used to play with the Nerf turbos. Remember those footballs with a little tail on the end? Josh Allen is basically playing with a Nerf turbo, and he's out at the park, and he's the eighth grader, and none of his friends made it, and it's a bunch of third and fourth graders. So he's an eighth grader playing against third and fourth graders with a Nerf turbo, and he can do whatever he wants. So yeah, it's not fair.
Look, he is. I said this when he was coming out that I thought that the Buffalo Bills coaching staff would envision him being able to do some of the Cam Newton stuff, but he's done that to a higher degree in terms of as a passer. He has been able to give you everything that you wanted to see as a runner, plus the development that he has made as a passer. This is a guy that is terrific. He is a 5-star playmaker. That's why he should go first in this draft.
Yep, I agree with you. You got to go with the quarterback. I'm gonna know that I have the option to get the other quarterback a little bit later on in the draft, so I'm gonna go with Aaron Donald with my first pick. I'm gonna take the best defensive player in football and has been that for 7-8 years. He's just been unbelievable and somebody that can take over the game at any point in time. We saw it in the Super Bowl. He's a closer. We always mention the importance of good teams having somebody that can put games away. That's a reason why, the Buffalo Bills went out and got his teammate last year in Von Miller trying to put games away. But nobody does it better than this guy. And the fact that you can line him up anywhere on the front, you can find the matchup that you want. You've got a tomato can at guard, you're going to have to deal with Aaron Donald all game long. So he'd be my first pick, the best defensive player in football, Aaron Donald.
Yeah, the best defensive player in football, very disruptive and dynamic at the point of attack. You're right, it's hard to find interior pass rushers that can get it done like he's able to do it. But he's one of the best. And we're old school scouts, so I'm gonna stick to the traditional model of being a champion, building a championship team. So you took the quarterback, got the pass rusher. So now I'm gonna go and get Jalen Ramsey as the cover corner. Yeah. Because if we think about what you want to do when you're building an elite team, you want to be able to make sure that your team is built to defend the pass. And there's Jalen Ramsey, who is a corner, still the best corner in football, who also gives you the versatility to do a bunch of other things. We've seen him play the star position. We've seen him play out wide. Still has the ability to snuff out elite receivers on the back end, but also is a guy that's very active in the running game. To me, he's the decathlete that you want at the position, which is why I'm taking him with my second pick.
Yeah, he's as good as it gets. It's interesting about this game. You can make a case, a strong one. Josh Allen, is the best quarterback in the NFL. That's an argument you can make. You can talk about Aaron Donald being the best overall defensive player in the league. You can talk about Jalen Ramsey being the best defensive back in the league. And now we get to my next pick, and you go Cooper Kupp, who's in the argument to be the best receiver in the league. So I'll go with Cooper Kupp. This is a star-driven team. I know, I guess if you're trying to be critical of Cooper Kupp, people say, with the system and they use him inside and they can get him on linebackers. And I'm like, yeah, I can show you a lot of video of him cooking corners, safeties, linebackers. It doesn't matter. Come one, come all. You can all get it from Cooper Kupp. So I'm going to go Cooper Kupp with my second pick.
Okay, so we're thinking the same thing because he's an outstanding playmaker. You can move him around, use him as a chess piece in that offense, and he's been able to thrive. I'm going to go and take a receiver, Stephon Diggs, for Buffalo because I believe he has helped Josh Allen go from good to great during his time at Buffalo. And then Stephon Diggs, you're getting a guy who is an outstanding route runner, a guy who just, you talk about cooking guys on the perimeter. Every time he lines up in one-on-one situations, if you're the offensive coordinator, you're just yelling out, barbecue chicken. Because that's what's going to happen when number 14 gets you. He is going to put you on the skewer. He's going to wear you out. He does it time and time again. It's one of the reasons why I love watching this connection between Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs, because I know I'm going to see a lot of touchdowns head in that direction.
Yeah, no, he's a stud. Pure route runner. You talk about releases as good as there is. All right, my next pick here. I might surprise you a little bit with this one, but I love this guy coming into the draft, and I think he's such a unique body type at his position. I think he's an asset you can really use in today's game. So I'm going to go Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker from Buffalo, with my next pick. So you get that size and that length and that ability to run and chase and make plays, the range. I just think it's such a benefit having somebody with that type of length in the middle of the field, and I think it'll come into play in this game too. So I'm going to go Tremaine Edmonds with my third pick.
Okay, so now with my fourth pick, what I'm going to do is I've already asked the commissioner about this, and he said that I can do this. So I am Micah Hyde and Jordan Poyer with my
get a
fourth pick
package?
because I want the best.
Package deal?
I get the package deal. So I get the combo meal. I get the best safety tandem in the National Football League because these guys are yin and yang. The way they communicate, the way they cover each other in the back end. I don't know if you can find a better pair of safeties in the National Football League, whereas playing the ball or coming down in the box and smacking people, whether it's making big plays because you have great instincts, awareness, and ball skills, these guys can do it all. So give me Hyde and Poyer. I'll take those to kind of round out my little roster.
All right, I'm going to come back with I'm going to save the quarterback for my last pick because you went quarterback one, so I can save my quarterback and I'll get Stafford. He would have gone much higher in this if we were doing this authentically. But okay, I like your combo platter there, but I'm going to go with the veteran. I'm going to go with one of the biggest moves of the offseason, switching teams from these two teams. So I'm going to go Von Miller with my next pick. And I hope that on the video show here we have the pumps. Are we gonna? No, we don't have the pumps. I just like the celebration with the pumps. I think it's all Von Miller there. But again, I don't know how much we're going to see him snap-wise during the regular season, Buck. I think this game will be a nice coming out party for him, but managing him, load management throughout the year, just get him to the playoffs and let this veteran take over games like we know he can. Von Miller's still an elite player.
Yeah, very much an elite player, and we've seen the way that he's been able to help his teams close out games. He gets his second Super Bowl last year because he played his best football in the playoffs, and it's one of the reasons why the Rams were able to hang up the banner in SoFi. So I get the bonus pick. I guess I get another guy. And because it's a passing league, yeah, I'm going to take Allen Robinson for the LA Rams. It is amazing how many stars that we have rattled off on these two teams.
The stars on these teams.
How many stars on the Rams? Like Allen Robinson as your number 2 receiver when he would be a dominant number 1 receiver anywhere else. Man, what a win for the LA Rams. I like what Les Snead and Sean McVay have done in terms of, hey, we're just going to get stars. Our best guys are better than your best guys. I kind of like it because it's an LA thing. You know, when you look at the Rams and the Dodgers, you just go get the best players and you win a lot of games, and it's a lot of fun for your fans.
Oh man, you had to sneak the Dodgers line in there.
Oh,
I'm gonna be in the same position I'm in every postseason, which is who's your favorite team? ABD, anybody but the Dodgers. That's my favorite team once we get to the postseason.
What did I say? I just like star power.
Unbelievable. All right, I'm going to go Matthew Stafford. I tipped my hand there. Obvious, he's the other quarterback. He's an elite passer. You saw it in the Super Bowl, throwing no-lookers. To me, I think he might be the best combination of arm strength and touch. We have guys with big-time arms. We have guys with outstanding touch, but I think his ability to layer the football is as good as anybody in the league. Just a purely natural thrower. Had a little arm injury, but Coach McVay said he's confident he'll be fine. If he needs to throw it 50 times, he'll throw it 50 times. And Buck, they might need to throw it 50 times in this opener, so we'll see. But this is a great exercise just to show you overall how much talent are on these two rosters. So to summarize it here, you got Josh Allen, Jalen Ramsey, Stephon Diggs. You got the safety platter of Hyde and Poyer, and then you got Allen Robinson loaded. That's 5. Those 6 great players with the bonus pick. I've got Aaron Donald, Cooper Kupp, Tremaine Edmonds, Von Miller, Matthew Stafford. They're stars in this game, man. Absolutely, they're stars.
It really speaks to when you're building a championship team, how important it is to have blue chip players. We've talked about the number. The magic number is anywhere from 8 to 12. 8 to 12 stars are needed on your team to really compete at a championship level. So when you're looking at this game is kind of like the litmus test for your team to be able to look and see, does my team have enough firepower to deal with these two teams? Because the one thing that we know, each of these teams is going to be a viable contender in their conference, and you're probably going to have to go through them to get to the Super Bowl.
Yep. No, if it's turning into a star league, and the Rams have shown that it is, you won't find bigger stars than these two teams, what they're going to put out on that field Thursday night, SoFi Stadium. Can't wait to watch this one. Hope you guys are looking forward to it as much as we are. All right, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back. Buck's been doing some homework on the rookies. We love keeping track of these guys, not just from the draft, but also all the way through their rookie campaign. So Bucky's got one to watch in every single division. So we're going to hit that right after this. All right, it's time to show your good side, presented by Grifols Plasma Donation Centers. And Buck, you did some work here looking at rookies, AFC, NFC. You went division by division, and these are impactful guys. So guys, you think not only going to get on the field, but going to make a big impact for their teams. I want to rattle off the names that you had in the AFC. These four guys, and then I want you to tell me which one you're most excited about. So you've got one per division. Now I'm going to make you narrow it down to one per conference of who you're most bullish on here. So AFC East, you've got Kaiir Elam, big corner, big, fast, athletic corner with the Buffalo Bills. The North, you can never go wrong when you have an offensive lineman from Iowa, Tyler Linderbaum with the Ravens center. The South, you have Colts safety Nick Cross, big-time athlete, big-time speed. I thought they were a tremendous value pick with him. And then the AFC West, the Chiefs, and somebody we talked a lot about in the run-up to the draft, George Karlaftis out of Purdue, who's going to plug and play for them on the edge. So those are the guys in the AFC, Buck. Let me get your thoughts on, of those guys, of those four, if you had to pick one, who would it be?
Tyler Linderbaum from the Baltimore Ravens. And the reason why is because he's a pivot. He touches the ball every play, and they have had problems with the snaps the last couple of years. Well, now you get a guy who is a technician, a guy who does a great job of moving and getting to the next level. You put him in front of Lamar Jackson with a running game that is going to challenge you in a variety of different ways. I love it. I love the marriage between Linderbaum and the Ravens because I think he's not only a scheme fit, I think he's a cultural fit in terms of his toughness and tenacity. I'm excited to see what the Ravens do because I think they are one of the teams that bounces back in a major way. Linderbaum is going to lead this offense, and it's going to be really, really impressive to watch him at the point of attack.
Yeah, and I think, with what they want to do with this run game and really, really get, they can get lateral and then they can also let him climb and get up vertical. There's a skill set he possesses that's going to match up very well with the way that they want to play. So I think that's a great fit. Obviously, we talked about it when he was drafted there. During my time there, when Marshall Yanda was picked, going to be a Hall of Famer out of Iowa. They know what they're getting with their relationship with Kirk Ferentz, who used to coach with all these guys in that organization. Ozzie knows very well. So you can't go wrong with an Iowa lineman. Let's flip it over to the NFC. So we've got NFC East. How about this one? Tyler Smith, which will be fascinating. Left tackle right now. We'll see, though. Jason Peters comes on board. Count me as a little skeptical on how that's going to work out, by the way. 40-year-old offensive lineman. Let's see how he holds up. Anyway, so we'll see if he's going to stay at left tackle. Peters gets in the lineup. Maybe he kicks back inside to guard, but he's going to play. The Packers, Quay Walker, very talented linebacker out of Georgia. I saw Chris Olave live last week with the Chargers there in the preseason. There he's with the Saints, and, man, he looks great. Going to fit right in there with Jameson. And then now you go NFC West. Drake Jackson with the Niners out of USC, somebody that almost got kind of labeled as an underachiever after some early success for the Trojans, but, man, he has looked great in the preseason with the Niners. So of those four, Buck, you're most bullish on who?
I'm going right there with your guy. Fight on. Mr. Fight On, Drake Jackson. When you hear Trent Williams describe Drake Jackson as special, and you know how good Trent Williams is on a daily basis as an all-pro tackle, it perks your ears up. This is a guy who people talk about him being an underachiever at SC. Well, the one thing that stands out to me is when he played the right position with his hand in the dirt, he's an impactful, disruptive force. He's gotten with San Francisco where he gets a chance to watch Nick Bosa go to work every day. I'm sure he's stolen some of the tactics, and this team is going to get after the passer. I think Drake Jackson is going to be one of these guys that we talk about at the end of the year, vying for Defensive Rookie of the Year honors. he is going to be a sack master because it's going to be teed up for him to get to the quarterback often. I think he's going to have a lot of success playing opposite Nick Bosa.
Yeah, big time burst and takeoff, right? So burst being able to get off the ball, takeoff actually being able to cover some ground with he can really get out there and go. So I'm excited to see him properly used, to be quite honest with you. I don't know that was always the case there at USC. So big things expected for him. If you want to see the rest of that list and read in depth Bucky's take on those guys, go to NFL.com/Bucky Brooks and you can find it there. All right, that's going to do it for us today. I want to encourage you guys, all of our content. You got the NFL's YouTube channel, you got NFL.com, you got the NFL app. You can check out the NFL channel, a 24/7 live stream of all your favorite shows, classic game broadcasts, and NFL programming. Visit NFL.com/NFL channel or find it on your favorite streaming platform, including Pluto TV, Peacock, Tubi, Vizio, and more. That's going to do it for us today. Hope you guys have enjoyed the show. It's been great to hang with Buck, and we are going to be back here in a couple days as the NFL season is finally here. It's the best time of year to be with us here on Move the Six. All right, that's going to do it. We appreciate Nabil and all his hard work, and we'll see you next time right here on Move the Six, presented by Grifols Plasma Donation Centers.